loving way. Also, I'm just not feeling all that loving about people I disagree with right now. So tell me, how do I navigate politics as a Christian without killing someone or going crazy? Reading her text, all I could think was, same, girl, same. I've asked God the very same questions, similarly avoided certain friends and relatives during election season, and experienced more than my fair share of uncomfortable holiday dinners, all because of politics. And like my friend, I've ridden the pendulum swing of wanting to speak out and needing to withdraw. Sometimes it feels like stepping away is the only way to guard my heart, protect my relationships, and save my sanity. But invariably, I find myself jumping back into the fray, unable to stay quiet about the issues that matter most. I thus find myself both loving and hating politics, for what it can do and for what it's become. It's hard to wholeheartedly embrace politics today, even for someone like me who's chosen it as her career. Politics have co-opted everything from social media to the 24/7 cable news cycle and even pop culture. There's no place to hide from everyone's opinions, and no rest for the politically weary who are tired of being vilified for having an opinion, tired of walking on eggshells, tired of faking agreements to avoid a conflict, tired of bomb-throwing social media trolls, tired of unfriending and being unfriended, tired of arguing, tired of being silenced and dismissed, tired of lowest common denominator discourse, and tired of feeling tired. I remember a time in the not-too-distant past when partisan bantering was fun. I've always had a good mix of Democratic and Republican friends, and a debate, for me, was always a learning experience. I love having my views challenged and my perspectives broadened. Previously, those conversations never felt threatening. But something's changed as of late. Politics have become personal, dangerous even. People are now tarred and feathered for holding opinions the ever-changing masses deem politically incorrect or woke. Others are physically harmed, even killed, for standing on the wrong side of a protest line. Some are fired for holding fast to their political convictions. Still others are labeled fascists, commies, and rhinos for taking stands that are too far right, left, or centrist in their accusers' minds. While the recent uptick in political dissension alarms us today, none of this is entirely surprising or new. At various points in our nation's history, people have taken up literal arms to fight for their political beliefs, risking death, destruction, and livelihoods in the process. But what's new and heartbreaking for me, a 20-plus-year veteran of politics and a follower of Christ for more than 30, is witnessing Christians engage in politics the way the world does, as a blood sport, rather than as bondservants of Christ. The Bible is very clear about how Christians are to show up in this world, regardless of the circumstances we find ourselves in. Jesus says that a watching world will know him because of our love, for those with whom we agree as well as for those with whom we do not. John chapter 13, verse 35. Humility, kindness, and love are the hallmarks of our faith. So when aspects of our political engagement fall short of those standards, we willfully sacrifice our witness at the world's expense and ours. Before I go any further, it's vitally important that I clarify my heart posture in writing this book. Everything I've written stems from a position of humility and repentance rather than of admonition or judgment. I still struggle with loving my political opponents as much as anyone else who's passionate about our nation, its policies, and its leadership. I'm often just as quick to justify my words and actions, however unloving they may be, by labeling them truth. I've been known to troll politicians I don't like with nasty comments and commentary, and I've engaged in more than a few smear campaigns against political opponents, all in the name of winning. I am, after all, a product of Washington, D.C. But because I am a believer, God's influence on my life must be greater than culture's. I am called to obey His commandments no matter where I live, what I do, or how things are done. Moreover, He's empowered me to...